So we're coming at you live now, having just left the winners pegs, and it has just been a magnificent event. Just like to give you a few thoughts, and also what we'd like to do is get some of your thoughts about the event, what it's been like watching from home. So please, your feedback's really important to us, because we can see what you want and we can give you what you want as well with the coverage. So let's just go back that way. Ross, step that way so we can get a bit of sunlight on. Just look at the glorious picture that is Medine. I'm sorry to say that it's just a beautiful day here, and we're out on a boat celebrating what's been a brilliant event. Thoughts, Ross? The event from the start has been a very interesting one, hasn't it?
It really has been a true classic. It really has lived up to its name this time. There's been probably the most severe, horrendous weather we've ever experienced in the course of the event this time. But, you know, it's hard to believe that like 24, 48 hours ago there were severe storms and wind here. When you actually look at the backdrop now, it's just incredible.
It is. You know, it's a very poignant place, this, anyway, when you come out here. It's got a lot of atmosphere. The island in particular is a wilderness that's just been left alone for such a long period of time. And there'll be people that know the history of the area here, but it formed a very, very significant part of history in the First World War. There is Mont Sec. If you can see the big hill there in the middle, there's a monument on there to a lot of fallen, I think it's American soldiers up there, isn't it? And just the whole area is steeped in history, and history's been made again now with this event. Just 20 years nearly this place has been running as a fishery popularly, hasn't it? You know, and
it has. I mean, going back to 1998 when we first came here and you know, started to talk about a World Championship fishing event, people thought we're nuts, quite honestly, and they wondered what on earth we're talking about. But anyway, so we've had 146 pegs in the first year.
That was incredible. I remember that. I was in one of them. There was a lot of people. It was a lot of logistics, and it was a brilliant atmosphere back then. You know, when you're there at the start of something, it's great, but to see it grow and see how it's got into what it is like now. This event has been, as far as this style of big open water boat style events, this has probably been the best one that I think I've ever had the pleasure of covering or fishing in or being at. You know, just everything about it's been extreme. The weather's been extreme, the water is extreme. Also, if it sends a message out to anybody, it's that message of don't give up. Because,
exactly.
You know, let's look at the guys that have won it. Tim, he's 80 years old.
Yeah, Lee's 65.
Lee's only 21. He's just had a hard paper out. Yeah, Lee's 65. Benji, I think, is 42. But that is 180 odd years between the three of them, and they're still putting in the miles, and they're still grinding out those results as well. And
exactly,
my word, they've done it incredibly well. If you want to answer that, Ross is on the phone for a second. Somebody's going to be saying something important, so we'll just come back to me at this end now. But you know, 2 days ago, they hadn't caught anything. They were at the game. Everybody has thought that other people will be winning that. And just yesterday, we had 3 different leaders in this competition. And that just shows you that you should never, ever, ever give up. You don't know where these fish are going to come from. The guys that are in second and third, if they'd have pulled those pegs and it was a pick and dip, they'd have put it straight back in again. They wouldn't have wanted to be there. These pegs down here, yes, you'd have taken them every day of the week, but they've been very, very close run. It wasn't guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. So you've just got to take your peg, you've got to do what you should do with it and just keep at it. And I think every single person that's on this lake at the moment will agree that this has been a stupendous event, whether they've caught or not. Just the experience of being here is magical. So that's enough of me waxing lyrical. We're going to disappear for the moment. There are other fish to see, and the prize giving will be later on. So for everybody that's watched it, thank you for your time. For everybody that's competing in it, thank you for your custom. And for everybody else, you really, really are missing out. Join us later on, or better still, join us here next year for the 20-year anniversary back at Medine World Carp Classic.